Hello, my name is Alivia Brown and I am currently a third-year anthropology student at UCLA. And in this video, I wanted to share with you what classes I'm taking this winter quarter. So if you clicked on this video, I bet you're probably wondering what a typical anthropology student course load looks like. And I really want to do my best to answer that for you. I think on average, students are usually taking some anthro classes or some classes towards their major, some classes towards their minor, and maybe a GE, a fun class, or something that just gets them the units that they need. And this quarter, I'm doing exactly that. I'm taking one class for my major, one class for my minor, and one kind of extra class that doesn't really fit in anywhere, but I'll explain that later. Really quick, before I tell you what classes I'm taking this quarter, I wanted to mention that I actually did this exact video last quarter, and I was taking 4 anthro classes. So every single class that I was taking was literally going towards my major. So if you're curious about what that looks like or how I stumbled into that situation, I'll have it linked. All right, now what you've been waiting for, my classes. So the first class that I'm taking, which goes towards the anthropology major and the reason that you're all here, is Anthropology 163, Societies of Central Asia. Now this class so far has explored the Silk Road, Mongol conquest, trade, colonialism, all these things happening in Central Asia that I really didn't have a lot of prior knowledge on. One of the reasons that I picked this class is because it fulfilled something for my major. But on top of that, I knew that Central Asia wasn't really a region that I was super familiar with. So I thought, what a better opportunity in my life than to take a class that is going to teach me something that I really didn't have a lot of background knowledge on, and honestly is a part of the world that I should be way more aware of than I currently am. For this class, we have 2 meetings per week, and then there is a supplemental discussion. So that kind of embodies the large lecture structure that we have at UCLA because it is such a big school, and then the smaller discussion section that really gives you this one-on-one opportunity to talk with a TA about what you don't understand and maybe the gaps in the education or gaps in the lectures or gaps in whatever. So then I'm taking a class for my minor, and I can't remember if I said this already, but my minor is actually something called Evolutionary Medicine, and it's a very unique program that we have here at UCLA, and it kind of embodies this intersection between 2 departments that we have. One department that we have here is called EEB, or Ecology and Evolutionary Biology. Then, of course, we have anthropology. And what a lot of people don't know is biology is actually a subcategory of anthropology. And that's kind of where my focus and my interest lies. So with all that said, the course that I'm taking is Ecology and Evolutionary Biology 100, Introduction to Ecology and Behavior. Now, this class is all about natural selection, Charles Darwin, in the animal kingdom. Something I love about anthropology is the uniquely human perspective that those courses offer, and getting the opportunity to take Ecology and Evolutionary Biology 100 really gives me the opportunity to apply the things I've learned about human reproductive success in the animal kingdom. So understanding genetic drift or natural selection on different species that aren't humans. I think this area of learning and understanding really gets left behind in anthropology because it's literally the study of humans. It's actually been probably my favorite course so far this quarter. It's extremely engaging. The professor is amazing. The discussion sections are incredible. So yeah, that is my second class. Then the third class that I'm taking is a really hard one to explain. Most of my classes thus far at UCLA have been very Spanish 100 or Archaeology this, but this class falls in a very odd category that I really don't think a lot of people can relate to. So I am taking something called Anthropology Beginning Seminar, or 191HA. So essentially what that is a course created by an honors program at UCLA within the honors department. So if you are considering applying to UCLA, or if you are maybe a freshman or a sophomore anthropology student at UCLA, we have this thing called the Lemelson Anthropological Honors Program. And basically what that means is a bunch of students apply and a group are selected and funded to conduct a research proposal that they create for the next 2 years. So you apply as a junior and you get in as a junior, and then your junior year and your senior year you commit literally 1 class every single quarter to this project, and you focus on a different facet of your question. So let's say we were studying immigration patterns in San Diego. You would this quarter focus on maybe developing your protocol. You submit to IRB, this is full-on official research. And when I was planning my classes a while ago, it didn't really occur to me that this is a program I could actually get into. It was actually really funny. I enrolled in a Spanish class that was in the same spot as this class would be because I was like, oh, there's no way I'll I'll get into that. That's not going to happen. So then I ended up having to drop this Spanish class because I got into this program. And this isn't like bragging or anything. I want people to know that this is something that UCLA has to offer, and it could be reason enough to apply here or change your major to anthropology. Just apply. I also haven't been in it for very long. Like, this is the first quarter. We're in week 3. So I don't know if I could speak on it too much. But I will say it's very self-driven. So my biggest project right now is working on a literature review and just making sure I am extremely knowledgeable in my topic. I would love to share what my topic is, but there's this really big thing in research where you're really not supposed to talk about what you're studying until it's already been done, because you run the risk of either a participant finding out what you're doing, or you run the risk of messed up data. Like, it's not going to happen. So maybe in the future when it's done, I can expose my project. But hint, it's in the realm of biological anthropology because that is what I love. Lastly, I am unofficially enrolled in a 2-unit lab class. And the reason I say unofficially is because I did this course for a quarter before the whole pandemic started, and I was getting 2 units for it. However, after the pandemic started, the professor decided that we would meet bi-weekly and it would be kind of a less official lab thing. We're not getting units for it, so there's nothing I gain from it except like volunteer experience. So I donate 2 hours every other Monday night to this course. And I'm still learning a lot, and I just wanted to throw it in here because that lab happens to be an anthropology lab, and it's another great example of anthropology opportunities that you could potentially get involved in at your respective college or here at UCLA, the best college ever. I lastly really just wanted to touch on, most people don't make it this far, so if you did, freaking high five, bro, like that's amazing. I really lastly just wanted to touch on the fact that I actually was taking one more class. I was taking a GE about actually Central Asia again. It was, no, what was it? It was Asia, oh, it was Asian American women. That's what it was. And it was a general ed class, and I was just so overwhelmed by my other 3 classes. I've been taking 4 classes for a while, which is like kind of above the normal. And it got to a point where I was like, you know what? There's a pandemic, COVID. Sometimes you just got to respect yourself and your needs. So I dropped a class, and that's okay. If you're like, wow, should I drop a class? Drop it, my friend. If you are struggling, it is okay to drop. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much. I will probably keep releasing these videos on classes that I'm taking because I find that a lot of people really enjoy them. If you have any questions or comments for me, I love talking to people in the comment section. It brings me more joy than you could ever possibly know. So please don't hesitate to reach out down there. And I think that's all I have prepared today. So I hope I didn't ramble too much. Have a great day. Stay safe during this pandemic. Wear your mask. Bye.